Hello, everybody. My name is Roberta Robbins, and I am here today to do a reading for you to help support you through the next 3 weeks of our first Mercury retrograde of 2020. So today, when I'm doing this reading, it is February 15th, and tomorrow officially starts our Mercury retrograde. For the next 3-ish weeks to March 10th. And so I was asking Spirit, how do they want me to do a reading about how to navigate, how to be supporting ourselves, messages and guidance and energy that's coming up for this particular Mercury retrograde. So they were showing me that I'm going to be doing kind of like per week, like in stages, like 1, 2, 3. Because typically Mercury retrograde is about 3-ish weeks long. And so it's going to be kind of a flow, a pattern. But I would suggest looking at this reading as a whole, but you could break it down into like 1 week at a time, like step by step by step of the next few weeks for us as we're going through this retrograde. Something I want to talk about, though, about Mercury retrograde and any retrogrades, but Mercury seems to get a bad rap. So if you're like, oh crap, it's Mercury retrograde, okay, I would suggest shifting that, inviting you to shift that energy, perception, that thought, that belief that Mercury retrograde is just going to cause nothing but conflict or struggle or challenges, because that is not the case. We are being gifted this energy of the retrograde to slow down, to go within the medicine of whatever the retrograde planet is. Mercury rules communication. So a lot of people may notice certain things with Mercury retrograde. With communication, making commitments, starting new projects, with technology, anything that involves a communication and commitment type thing. It's always said, slow down. If you got to sign a document or start a new long-term program or be venturing off on a trip or anything like that, just slow it down and just make sure that you are in the moment, that if you're signing, say, a contract or anything, that you really have spent some time going within to make sure this feels good and aligned. If you're sending off on a vacation, just like making sure that you do have all your extra planning and documents and anything that you would need to be supporting you. It's just like an extra slow down awareness, and I'm hearing like a first aid kit, making sure you have everything you need before you take action. And then with communication with others, being more mindful, watching how we are communicating. Are we in line with the words and the energies that's coming out of us? And retrogrades of all kind means go within, slow down and look within, reflect. So take that time, go within yourself and ask, are you ready for a conversation, especially if it's a deep conversation, commitments or anything like that? Are you in line? Have you gone within to know where you're at? So Mercury retrograde, first one of 2020, it's in the season or in the sign of Pisces. So going in, even like the more energies of our soul self, our soul growth, what are we needing? We are being asked to really slow down even more than we've been slowing down. Because even though the energy's been moving really fast, especially January started off with so much energy and so many different things, but there's this sense of still going within, going in and in and in and in to figure out, to reflect, to realign what it is that you're wanting to create in this world, where you are emotionally, spiritually. We've been being asked to look at our physical bodies, our mental, emotional, and spiritual selves. How is everything doing? And we need time to do that, to slow down, self-care. So big month about self-care and still that going in more deeper into our spiritual wellness and our spiritual health. So let this gift you this month for this. So as of tomorrow, from when I'm doing this reading, you might come into this reading, watch this video at a later date, and that's okay. Take what resonates with you. Trust that you have arrived to it, that there's something here. If it's already past a certain part of the retrograde, it may be you come to the reading because you are reflecting on how that went with some of the guidance and messages that Divine is coming in, offering at this time. So how I work, when I'm setting up, I'm a teacher at heart. I like to share wisdom and help people integrate that into their own selves and how that's working for them, their own medicine, where they are on their life path, on their spiritual journey, their healing journey. And so I sat with Spirit. I've already done a few videos, actually. I've already been at my altar space today, doing a few different videos. But I sit down with Spirit. I'm listening to what they want me to be doing. I definitely heard that I had to be doing something for Mercury Retrograde. And so I'm channeling Spirit, light, love, guidance that is here for those that have been guided to this reading, to this video, that they are here supporting the collective, knowing that whatever messages come through, working with these particular decks is what, I have lots of decks. So these are the ones that were being called to me to use for this reading. As you guys, if you follow me, you know that I will post all these decks in the description so you can know what they are, so you can go check them out yourself. And if you want to buy some, if you don't have any of these ones, you might just go, oh my God, I need that deck. So I sit with them, I do a little clearing, cleansing, grounding, and invite Divine Spirit Source in for my readings, and that we're opening up this collectively for whoever needs some guidance at this point in their life where they are, to help them on their journey. So let's get to it. This is a new reading style that you guys haven't seen me do, because this is my first Mercury Retrograde one. So how Spirit is wanting me to do it is how I'm going to be doing the reading. They were already kind of telling me before I started the flow they would like me to use. It's going to be most helpful. So I'm trusting in that. I'm just placing all these, thank goodness, below this table. I have a shelf that's underneath here. So a handy little shelf here for me. So let's get started. So I was guided to do 3 cards, one for each week. So we're doing 3 runs. You'll see here how I'm going to do this. And first, to pull the sets that I'm using. So I'm using the Sacred Creators, Chris Ann's Sacred Creators deck here in my hand, tarot deck, the light Seers deck. It's definitely one of my favorite tarot decks. And there's one just hopping out, so I feel like that needs to go there. I am intuitively reading these cards. It's how I do my readings. I'm intuitively reading them and listening for what Spirit is saying when I am going through the cards themselves. All right. So our first week, where I had 1 card, and I'm asking for 3. I got this. We're working with the medicine of rabbit today. Let's see how the cards lay on this. This may be the last time I put my beautiful rabbit down for this, because I do want 3. three spots here this week. Throwing cards around. Interesting. The one card, there's 4 cards that came out, and one that I really put my attention to that I picked up first was the Devil, and then on the bottom was the High Priestess. So I feel like there's definitely just a little quick message there for us about the reminder of being in our high power, in our highest essence, and watching out for the shadow sides, the illusions, things that might pull us off our track a bit for this Mercury retrograde. So just a little side message that's kind of happened there when I was putting the cards away. So I'm just gonna, because I've got a few cards to be pulling, you guys, I'm just gonna put these over like this, give myself a little bit more room. This is a different flow. I'm working with my table space in a different way. So our first week, second week, third week in general, right? Breaking it up kind of as we go through the flow of the first part of Mercury retrograde, the middle essence, and then the last. So I'm going to start flipping these over. So this is, I think in our first week, as it starts, right away, great, we got the Fool, we got 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles. If you haven't heard me and been around for any of my other videos that I've been doing, I'll say it again, which is, you'll hear me probably all year long say this in 2020. We are in a foundational year. We're in a year of a 4-year, which is all about our foundations, about our belief systems, structures. So I'm seeing these 4s, and we're starting here with the Fool and a bright, new, fresh start. Bright, new, fresh start in these foundations. So I'm just going to keep pulling over all of our cards. 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. I would have really laughed if this was another 5. So 5s, change. I always look at this as change with the 5s, and spiritual growth and lessons and pausing through this. And then movement, Wands, passions for here. So interesting how that's even coming up this reading so far. And then the end part of our Mercury retrograde, we get the Justice card, the Page of Wands. Oh, beautiful. And the 2 of Cups. Okay, I'm also getting a sense right off energetically that I'm most likely going to, the theme here and resonating with those that are at a point that things that might be a little like heightened in your mind and your emotions in your life is this, that you are seeking this new journey, this alignment. There's something that's moving and you're creating new foundations, new ways of being, and that you know that there's change and things that you have to reassess in your life in order to get into what you're seeking, what you're wanting in your life, and that there is this outcome of having more clarity, balance within yourself, balance within justice of life. Maybe certain circumstances for some of you, I'm getting right here, that might be coming up with a bounce, possibly within a justice system or something that you're trying to have. I keep hearing the word just balance and justice for something that might be going on within your life. So take that for those that are like in that right now in their lives going, yeah, I'm waiting to hear about this. I'm waiting to hear if that's going to move forward. It's going to be my favor. Is it going to be just? So I can see how like there's clarity and understanding by the end of this retrograde, and that there's also this love, partnership, and connection that's happening. So if you're like already going, yeah, I feel, Roberta, that I'm definitely, there's new beginnings, new changes. I'm feeling this. I know there's new foundations. I'm not even sure what it looks like yet or what's going on, and that's totally fine. I know that I have to go within. I know I have to reassess some things. I know there's going to be change and changes in my life. I know, and I'm trusting. The Spirit right here at the end is already saying, I'm probably getting to the huge every week, is there's going to be a clarity that there is balance and justice coming in as a celebration and a commitment. And if those of you that are highlighted with maybe partnership, love partnership, sacred union, twin flame journey, soul journey, and they would love and commitment in a healthy bounce union, we're ending off here with that. So beautiful. I just want to say, first of all, we have that new beginning and love and connection and fulfillment from beginning to end. So first of all, this reading already is coming out very positive, as I just want to remind you that this Mercury retrograde, it is positive. It's going to be a little lighter. It's going to be us going into our soul selves to do some work and to slow down, hear what's going on there, what we truly need. And so we're starting this, like I said, the journey off of the Fool. The Fool here, she's out on a limb, ready to take a leap. What is out there? It's the new beginnings, the wands, the celebration, the wands with as fire and passion, celebration and movement. And this pentacle, the four, so remember, this is an energy. We're setting this intention with this energy as a flow as we're going through the Mercury retrograde. So it's almost, I'm getting the sense like as we start and how we're going to be almost mentally, emotionally, spiritually going through the next 3 weeks. So the Four of Pentacles here, of material, of earth qualities being pentacles. The Four of Pentacles has this sense of maybe sometimes holding too tight, having things too rigid in ourselves. There's, this need of like being grounded, being earth, but there's a thing here that's asking like, what are you holding dear is what is holding close to you? Are you holding something too tight? Are possibly where your beliefs and your structures and everything are, do they need a little bit more light in them? Are you too rigid even within how you're doing your life, how your practice is, how your financial well-being is, how anything of foundation, earthly plane stuff is in your life? Take some time to look at the movement and energy of that, because even in a classic tarot card, there's this pulling contraction down in the card. And Chris Ann's she does all this artwork on her cards too, and she has this, this woman's holding her like purse, a money bag, and she's holding it nice and close to her, right? So are you holding things too close that my sense is that you might be missing more abundance, more things that could be coming into your life. So there's almost like a little bit of a reassess by the end of the first part of the Mercury retrograde when you're going in, asking yourself about this, because there's so much more abundance that wants to come into your life. And I'm getting a strong message is that also expanding what you think you might be deserving of. You might have held down and closed down a belief thinking you don't, or it's not possible to have more. And maybe not so much even, even pentacles are of material things typically. It's like of maybe possible various things that, maybe something you feel as though you've chosen, you have a belief that you can only make so much money, or only so much support can come in, or opportunities and things and travel and various things in your life, whatever that might be, that, or in relationship, whatever it is, that there's been a rigid wall around you within your belief systems. And it's time to trust, to almost let go and open up is what I'm seeing and hearing. Open up and trust to allow more. There's more abundance. You don't have to hold onto something so tight. And because there's some love messaging theme that I can hear through here with relationship, this might also be for those of you that are really within relationship stuff, with a partner that you have, you know, that saying of like, if you set them free, right, you'll know if they return to you, like it was meant to be. So there's almost this opening up and trusting in divine, trusting in your own self, creating space for new things to come into your life. Okay, first week. Second part, these fives, you get 5, 5, 5. Interesting. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, sorry, 5, 5. So there's a progression, which is awesome. So we're progressing, right? We're moving forward. There's a movement, which is lovely. Our fives, you know, 5 represents change. And we have the cups that we're starting out here with a lot of emotion. So some emotional change, and that might be stirring within you a lot within the within the second week of the Mercury retrograde. So take some time and see what is filling you up emotionally. What might you need to let go of and release, and you know what it's funny, she's got one foot here, she's got one foot in her bowl, she's kind of like tilting the water out of it. And she's got these other ones that are like done, empty. They're like almost like in this card, almost like they're just laying in the dirt in the cracks, like they're done. But she's got one bowl that's filled, that's sitting here beside her, and it's filled with various colors. So there is an opportunity for you to just in that second part, the middle part of the Mercury retrograde, to ask yourself what is filling yourself up, what has been draining you, what needs to be let go of, release. We are being called to have a more simplistic life and to focus on what brings us joy. So what is filling you up? What are you keeping? What needs to be let go of, released, and just, you know, like maybe even physically, or just get rid of, move certain things out of your life that might be physically in. But cups represent emotions, okay? The flow, the water element in our life. So that start that second part asking, looking within. You might even be by this time feeling a little bit more emotional. Remember, we're in the element of Pisces at this time. A Pisces is a water element sign that we will be officially entering in on. I think the 18th and 19th of February is when we move into the Pisces season. So just allow yourself some time with your emotions. Then we move into earthly. Things might feel a little heavy. We got a 5 again, and she's leaning over, she's taking time, she's resting. So maybe this middle part is saying, hey, just rest. There's something here that's saying to me, even though this is a pentacle and earthly, you might feel a little heavy and drained. So self-care, nurture yourself. If you start, it feels like a bit of a warning here. If you start to feel like your energy is getting too heavy, you're getting a little lost in that darker side and darker thoughts, bring up some joy. What brings you joy? Know that you're not actually, this is illusion. And funny, remember I said before I was putting those cards away, I had the Devil card and the High Priestess jump out. That balance, my sense is just watch yourself if you're going too deep into darkness and stuck old icky energy. It's time to clear it. Time to wash away. Get your sacred tools out. Do more sacred practice for yourself. Reach out to close friends that you can talk to. Go get some healing. Do something that brings joy. And remember, you are just sinking maybe a little too deeply, and there are things that has to be cleared out. And I always, when I get this card and I see this, you know, there's a door here on the card, and there's a key. That's a key leaning against the door. If you just were to lift up, look around, you will see you have the power and the choices to make the change that you want to change, like choices and things that you want to have different movement in your life. You have the power and choice. You just need to lift up and wash away anything shake out, clear anything that might be pulling you down and that has not served its purpose. Remember, Mercury retrogrades are helping us to go within and move out old stuff, right? And the Pisces energy we're in is going to help us move that. So move into that. Use a lot of water energy, water elemental healing. I would suggest would be a good choice for to move things because of where we are in the season. To wash away, go have baths, use like even in your shower time, allow the water, ask the water to like cleanse and clear anything that may be heavy in oil apparently, hold in your system. But even for those of you that might be near a body of water, that you're in an area that you can go in water right now, if you're more south than where I'm living, here we got snow, go use the element of snow, right? Snow is water, frozen. Anything that will help you move, because really here you are, we're moving into 7. 7's about movement, energy, 7, movement. Wands, passion. We're moving and rise up into passion. But you know, here in this card, with this one, she's in her balance, in her place. She actually is meditating on this beautiful cushion, and she's got this beautiful serene bubble. So sacred practice, going within yourself, is still very important during this middle part of the Mercury retrograde. Even if you have to create it within your mind, within a practice. I don't know if you can see that. She's in this bubble that's got a different landscape. And going within, what are you taking with you? Once again, with these wands, there's one wand that's here. And knowing how I know the next movement of this, an 8 of Wands is that movement, energy of going, even though 7 is starting to get you ready to build in your movement. But you have to kind of take this pause, go within and go, well, what am I taking? What is the new energy? It's almost like this is being asked for you to have that new alignment and embody it within yourself from this journey so far that you have gone. So we're moving into our last part, the last week, the last portion of the Mercury retrograde, which would be around, say, March 2nd, 3rd to the 10th. We have justice. Things are coming to be in balance, clarity, truth, alignment, things that you've been seeking and wanting to know. I feel like there's going to be some messages and clarity coming in for people that you've been waiting and hoping and seeking. And there's this Page of Wands, the fire, being on your own, moving to your own rhythm, communication being starting to get more clear, and knowing what you need and what you need to say and what you need to put out there into the world. It's funny, you know, she's got a baton, you know, she's chosen which one she wants, what she wants with her. And then we're moving into the 2 of Cups and the partnership and the sacred union within yourself, within partnerships with people. So very positive for those that are really working within relationship stuff, how this is ending, but that there's partnership. This could be also just a masculine and feminine, divine masculine and feminine balance within yourself at the end of this Mercury retrograde, a balance and a reunion within yourself, but also could be within a relationship, a sacred, important, significant relationship in your life. So this is, just take note from this whole layout that we have so far of how the theme and the energy and the flow is going to be, with some guidance and important messages there. I want to add some more because Divine had me pull a few decks here. So actually, let me see. Put him down. Just want to look over this to see if there's anywhere we want some. Yeah, I'm going to do a little extra tarot. That's probably why they wanted me to bring out this little deck. Excuse me. As little extra message around this Four of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. So, you know, because I was saying this might be that you're holding things and trapped within certain limitations. And we have the Ace of Wands here. Some extra, you know, they have that writing, right? They have the, right? So what I'm getting just intuitively about that one for you, communication, writing down, getting clear, using the support of a sacred tool of your journaling, and writing to spirit, writing to your higher self. Maybe even if you have to have communication with somebody, it's going to be a little challenging. Take the time to go within and reassess what you need so that there's forward movement and power in your choice of your communication as you're going forth. And it just, and if it's not the communication with someone about something, it could be just a conversation with yourself that you're having to help move you out of anything that's feeling kind of blocked or that you're feeling stuck or restricted right now. So I want to go into this this Five of Pentacles here, just for a little bit more messaging there for you. The World. Okay, awesome. The World. So, you know, like I said, you have the power. Remember, this was just resting, and you might be feeling a little grounded, watching that balance of our light and dark sides of ourselves, how we can get maybe a little too heavy, too grounded, but that there was all this possibility, that door and that key. And even this symbol with how the Five of Pentacles are actually drawn on this particular card that Chrisanne did, you know, it reminds me of spinning of the wholeness of the world. And so here is that there is goodness, there is so much bounty and blessings and new beginnings. It's like such a positive card. So we just got to lift and go towards that it's right there. It's like if you open up the door, poof, the world is there for you. And we're moving to this energy of the Seven of Wands and creating the bliss in the world that you want. And I just want to add another card to the Seven of Wands. The Hierophant. Oh, so the Hierophant, which happens is a 5. We have interesting 5, 5, 5. There is huge change going on, guys. Major, major, major change. And the Hierophant, which is actually my archetype ruling guide, being a 5 myself, it's about sacred wisdom. I was saying sacred wisdom, which knowledge, different knowledge and empowerment and sacred lessons, spiritual lessons, and knowing. So this just beautifully goes with this peaceful moment, creating the reality that you are seeking, and that trusting, just trusting your own sacred wisdom and knowing and medicine, and the spiritual journey, the spiritual path that you've been on. You are in exactly where you need to be. You're going in the right direction. Open the door, the world is right there. And then we're going into this beautiful, birds are flying out. I don't even know where they want me to put that one, but that just literally flew out. But we're going to this beautiful ending of that Mercury retrograde with all this. But I did want to just do, apparently Divine wanted me to give the Nine of Wands. Still a message of you going within yourself. This is time for you right now. Just an extra, make sure this retrograde, you heed the warning. This is in the Pisces and the soul wisdom of you. Go within and start your journey and movement, and may it be in centerness of who you are, not so much about everybody else. Watch, look out, watch, make sure you're not imprisoning yourself, because I kind of get that from this intuitive, this way they did this message. Another card just flew out. So I wanted to do another card then with this. So we have the 6. Is this a 6 of Cups? No, I had, this would be the 4 of Cups. Sorry, the 4 of Cups. So here we go to 4 again down here. So the Four of Cups, he's like, he's got, in this intuitively, he's kind of like overdone it in this card. So Fours, Foundations, Cups, Emotions, just watching, once again, this message I'm getting is like watching how you're bouncing yourself. You know, he's got his cups tossed over, 3 of them on the ground, one's on top of his head. I can't help but feeling the imagery they're giving me is like someone that's overindulged and you feel like bloated and you don't want to move. Maybe you had too much of something you shouldn't have been having, or you're out, maybe you had a few drinks more than you should. So make sure there's a balance in your life, because you don't want to weigh yourself down too much. So don't oversaturate yourself. Saturate yourself with good things, but watch the balance within the what you're building up in your emotional well-being. And because cups are about our emotions, and there's this strong message about he's eating too much, his belly's full. It's like, yeah, I don't know if you guys can you guys can see that on the camera here. I'm hearing, when we're dealing with emotional stuff, some of us have that tendency to either over saturate ourselves, even in joyful, great times. And even in those times that we're feeling a little low, we'll turn to things because our energy is feeling flat and we want that comfort of something. But because this is coming up on this last week, I'm going to say, in the celebration thing, just still keep yourself in balance, whatever side that might take, even if it's in celebration. Be solid in your foundation, what you put in your body, the emotions, your thoughts, and everything to nurture yourself. Just nurture yourself well. Okay, I feel like that's good. This guy wanted to come out because he flew out earlier, just when I was first going to go there. Sage, be devoted and committed. Oh, be devoted and committed to yourself. To yourself right now. It is not selfish for you to take time for yourself. It is so needed right now. We are being asked to go within and nurture ourselves and look after ourselves and reassess. Where are we right now in our lives this new year? Where are we going forth? And it's okay you don't know where you're going forth yet. We're not meant to actually right now have all the details and everything clear, because right now we're being asked to commit to ourselves, slow down, and do some of our own beautiful inner work, so that as we move forward to whatever's happening, we got that solid within ourselves. So I'm just gonna get like one card here for the one more message, and mainly as this message is coming out at the end of this reading, I wanted a card. Be fearless and stand strong. So come out of this Mercury Retrograde feeling strong within yourself, knowing who you are and what you truly deserve and what you truly want. And once again, I got the High Priestess. She was sitting there too. So she came in with the tarot deck when I was first shuffling at the end, wanting to put herself in there, and guess what? She has, once again. So harness mystical powers, and that's interesting. We're going. We have the Hierophant here. So knowing your wisdom, harnessing your power, calling it in, helping seeing where you're going in your journey. So I wanted. Sorry, guys. I probably need a little drink. Okay. Spirit had wanted me to pull this animal spirit card. There's just an extra. I feel like there's just one. Oh, okay. I just heard them very clearly say, no, you're picking 3, and this is three that they're going to choose for guidance. And I've done this before. So I'm going to pick 3 cards. Face down, you're going to pick a card. And then I'm going to turn them over because this is like a pick a card. You get an extra message just for you. All right. For 3 cards that will guide whoever feels called for this reading for extra support and animal messenger support during this Mercury retrograde. Okay, guys. So card 1, card 2, and card 3. Okay? Try to put all my decks down here. So card 1 up here, card 2, and card 3. So take a moment, breathe in, clear your mind, asking for support and guidance from an animal spirit that will help guide you and give you extra support and wisdom during this first Mercury retrograde in 2020. Okay, so card 1. I'm not going to read upside down, guys, even though I've turned this over. We have the white raven spirit. Trust in the magic. White raven spirit. Trust in the magic. I don't know if I can get that a little more clearer for you guys. There we go. The nightingale spirit. Love is all around. Second bird. Birds are messenger of spirit. See if I can get that clearer for you. Camera's trying to pick up so many things. Not really going clear for you, but you guys know I always take a picture of all these. So nightingale spirit. Love is all around. And the last one. Snake spirit. Time to heal. Time to heal. Perfect. I just want to point out the card numbers for you guys in case you're really into the messages with the numbers. The white raven is 66. Nightingale spirit is 41. And snake spirit is 55. Just for you guys to know that. And just a couple more lovely little messages for you guys because, like I said, Spirit wanted me to use these particular decks, so I'm going to. All right. Some self-care. Love surrounding your self-care. So card for the first week. Transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. Perfect. Transform. Music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods, if only we listen. This seems to be perfect, especially with the cards that are underneath here, the 5s, and the bounce and the shadow that we're making in. Possibly be using music to help you move and shift your energy during that time, and to listen deeply into the words and the energy. And the other message I'm getting there is also to take time out in nature. These are the Whispering Woods cards that I'm using. Whispering Woods cards. So maybe get out into nature too. Forbearance. Do not be deterred by the thorn amidst the roses. Huh. Wow, I've never gotten that one. So a little message there. If something seems to be pricky in your life towards the end of this Mercury retrograde, something's not, maybe a message or something that came in within this message that was coming into in the justice. If there's something that's just feeling a little not so comfortable, do not be thrown by that little message. If there's something, look for the positive and the light within it. And I'm just going to do little messengers, cards, affirmations for each week too. Lots of cards were asked to be used this week. For today, I am creative. For today, I am creative. For today, I speak my truth. And for today, I stand strong. So my sense is you can look at those weekly if you want as an affirmation, an energy to clear and ground and bounce yourself, or that these might be all three, something that you're working through for the Mercury retrograde. For today, I am creative. For today, I speak my truth. And for today, I stand strong. All right, lovelies, thank you so much for tuning in to this reading. I'm wishing you all the best over the next few weeks of this lovely Mercury retrograde, and as we're entering into Pisces season and going within and awakening our wisdom, our intuitive soul self that we are naturally that we are birthed into this world with, those abilities, our essence from ourselves, may they be awakened within you. May you take the time for yourself, self-care, self-nurture, self-love. And until next time, blessings.